Hello, YouTube divers. This is Water Dive 122, and I want to welcome you all to another episode of Marching Band and Drum Corps Review. So, we're going to continue on ranking my favorite Pride of the Mountain shows from the past 13 seasons, and from my least favorite to my favorite. And last time we ranked shows 13 through 7, and this time we're going to go from number 6 to number 1. Now, I will just say all of these shows are phenomenal shows. So my duty of ranking them is going to be extremely hard, but nevertheless, we're going to try anyway. So coming in at number 6, we've got, in my opinion, the best show from the Dr. Edie era of Pride of the Mountains, 2023's Feeling Lucky. Now, this was my rookie season with Pride of the Mountains, so I did march the show. All 3 shows I marched with POTM so far will be in this video. Spoiler alert. But Feeling Lucky has always kind of been my least favorite out of these 3. Not necessarily because I think it's a bad show, because it's not. It's fantastic, and I loved marching it. But I just felt like the other 2 shows were better, in my opinion. They just connected with me better. But make no mistake, Feeling Lucky is a very important show for Pride of the Mountains, because this season, well, technically in the following spring, the following March, the band made a trip over to Dublin, Ireland, and we marched in the St. Patrick's Day Parade that year. And I was a part of that, and I will say that was such an awesome trip. Such an awesome trip. I loved that so much. And Feeling Lucky was kind of the hype show for this trip. In fact, I actually have my B uniform shirt for Feeling Lucky, as you can see here. Yeah, all members get these shirts. They're really nice shirts. And I have all 3 shirts from all 3 shows that I marched. So you'll be able to see that. But that was for Feeling Lucky. Super proud to be part of this group. Such a great group. Lots of great drill, lots of great visuals, lots of great percussion lines and brass line. Well, really, the entire band was just on fire at this point. And plus, this was the show that brought the most swag within Pride of the Mountains. I think the Dr. Edie era will be mostly remembered for bringing a lot of swag into the band. And Feeling Lucky, in my opinion, it was definitely the most swag-inducing show out of the Dr. Edie era. But, yeah, I love this show. Super honored I got to march this show and go on the Ireland trip. I love it. But, yeah, we're moving on. So next up, at number 5, we've got the 2024 show, Higher Ground. So this was the show that came out that followed up Feeling Lucky. And this was my sophomore season with the band, and a lot of great things happened this season. For one, we actually got to perform this in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Bands of America St. Louis Super Regionals, and that was a fantastic show. And, of course, this was the year when Hurricane Helene hit in western North Carolina, and I remember that during the hurricane, that was like right in the middle of our jam-packed season, because we were projected to have a jam-packed season that year. But the hurricane unfortunately cut things short. And I will always remember this, when we were rehearsing for Tournaments of Champions, right after the hurricane was done, the story goes that one of our students went up to Matt Henley. This was the first show of the Matt Henley era that's still ongoing, or the directors, the higher ups, or whatever. And we had not learned the closer yet, and we needed to learn the closer drill before Tournament of Champions. And we managed to rehearse all the drill and get all the music on the field within 15 hours. I'm not joking. And a student, supposedly, from what I was told, went up to the higher-ups and said, we need to have a drill set where we spell out WNC to honor Western North Carolina after such a devastating hurricane. And we reached out to our drill writer, Jamie Thompson, and he designed such an elegant piece of drill in the fourth movement, which I will forever hold close to my heart from this day onwards. The fourth movement of Higher Ground is just one of the best closers of all time, and I'm super honored I got to march this. And like with Feeling Lucky, I have the B uniform shirt for Higher Ground as well. I really love this shirt. I think it's one of the best B uniform shirts that we've ever had. And Higher Ground for all those reasons, and especially after we came back from Hurricane Helene with such resilience and relentlessness, it just made me feel like no matter what happens in life, we can always achieve our goals in the most phenomenal way. And it also taught me that even a horrible hurricane like Helene was not enough to stop our season. And we finished that season very strong. The people loved the show. This was a very beloved show. I loved it pretty much from day one. But especially now looking back after Hurricane Helene, the show has to crack my top 5. And also, it was the last season to feature our uniforms and these Shakos, our all-white uniforms, all-white gauntlets, and white Shakos, like this, forever, because it had been 12 years, and usually that is the timeline of when marching uniforms change. But yeah, Higher Ground is a special show. I love it forever. It comes in here at number 5. So next up at number 4 is Now Is the Time from 2018. So Now Is the Time is a really interesting show. I think this is one of the best Starnes era shows when it comes to drill. This is a very drill visually appealing show, if you will. Like I know that Jamie Thompson was certainly in his bag when he designed this show. All the now spellings throughout the show, all of the amazing drill work and visuals and choreography seen throughout. It's just fantastic. And this was really the beginning of all the shows that I'm most familiar with POTM. This is the first show that I was truly familiar with before making this list. And in a string of shows, rather, that lasts all the way up until this very day. But yeah, I've always loved Now Is the Time. I think it's kind of an underrated show. I don't really see a lot of people these days talk about this show, but I love this show. It comes in here at number 4. So number 3, we're going to be talking about my favorite show that I've marched with POTM. And those who know me personally, you probably could have seen this coming from a mile away. And number 3, I've got 2025's Connect. So Connect is a very special show for a number of different reasons. This is the second show in the Matt Henley era, which is still currently going, of course. This was the first show with our brand new uniforms. Those of you who have followed me on Instagram, you know what those uniforms look like. Every single aspect of this show, as someone who deeply honors and admires the history of Pride of the Mountains and where we've come from, and what it took for us to get to where we are today, this show was made for Pride of the Mountains. It is an extremely demanding show. Lots of visuals, lots of choreography, lots of musicality. It was the most demanding show that I've ever marched in any capacity with any band, ever. It legitimately felt like I was in a Drum Corps International show. I am not even joking. And it left me battered because 2025 was a huge season for us. We played at 4 different exhibitions, including Tarpon Springs High School in Tampa. Um, and we were basically just playing and rehearsing the show every single week from late September through all of October into 2 or 3 weeks of November. It was a relentless stretch of performances. But all the blood, sweat, tears, and shin splints that I experienced in this show was 100% worth it. I love this show so much, and of course, I got the B uniform shirt for it. I love this. Every single ounce of this show is just beautiful. If you are a POTM nerd, if you are a super diehard Pride of the Mountains fan or Western Carolina fan or whatever, this show is made for you. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. Connect is just one of my favorite shows of all time, and I'm super, super happy I got to march this show. Also, another note, all the members of the band this season, probably the most talented probably the most talented group I have ever been a part of with Pride of the Mountains. Every single aspect of the band was firing on all cylinders this year. Even though there's a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, every single person in this band stayed their own. They fought tooth and nail to make this show work, and there were ups and downs for sure, but holy smokes, I look back on those videos super, super fondly. I love this show to death. Connect comes in here number 3. And so now these last 2 shows are part of the David Starnes era of Pride of the Mountains, and both of these are easily my favorites from the band. But which is going to be a number 1 and number 2? It was a pretty easy choice for me at the end of the day, but here we go. So number 2 is How We Roll from 2012. This show quite possibly is the most entertaining show Pride of the Mountains has ever done. So many amazing elements to the show are on full display here. Beatboxing, LED lights on the drum line, powerful winds, tight as I'll get out front ensembles, amazing visuals, amazing sound effects. It is just a definitive Pride of the Mountains show for me. And in my opinion, it is easily the best show of the early David Starnes era. Easily. Every time I watch this show, especially in the opening movement, I am just blown away, because everyone talks about groups like 2018, 2019, and heck, even 2025 for that matter, say how powerful those groups were. 2012 was such a powerful group of people. And yeah, I envy those people who actually got to march this show, and especially in Indianapolis at Bands of America Grand Nationals. Oh boy, that was an amazing, amazing performance. But yeah, overall, How We Roll is a super fun, catchy show with lots of great visuals, sound effects, music, percussion, you name it. It is magical. But yeah, it's only here at number 2, because number 1 is on a whole nother level. So now, let's find out what number 1 is. So if you are a Pride of the Mountains marching band fan, or if you are a casual Western Carolina fan, or if you're a casual POTM fan, whatever, I'm sure you know what this show at number 1 is going to be. Number 1 is Believe from 2019. Those of you who have known me personally just know how much I worship this show. I get water in my eyes literally every single time I watch this show. This show is not only my favorite Pride of the Mountains marching band show, not only my favorite show in all of marching band, but my favorite show of all time, period. across all of the marching arts. It's better than any drum corps show I've watched. It's better than any marching band show I've ever watched. It is the best marching band show, the best marching arts show, for that matter, I have ever seen. And this was at a really important, this show came out at a really important time in my life. I was a freshman in high school in 2019. I was already thinking about college. I had already fallen in love with Western Carolina University from being to the campus a few times. But then I saw this show and its accompanying performance at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. This was the second time the band went to Macy's. And I was just like, yes, I need to be a member of Pride of the Mountains. It is, Believe is just a masterpiece of a show. Every single element of the show was firing on all cylinders. The winds, the percussion, the guard, the visuals, the vocals, the sound effects, everything about this show was magical. That's the one word that I could possibly use to describe the show. It is magical. And in my opinion, it showed me what the marching band could really be in its highest, most excellent form. And I've met a lot of people over the years who have marched Believe, and all of them can, or at least most of them rather, can all collectively agree that this show is a masterpiece. And needless to say, I would not be a Western Carolina student, let alone a member of Pride of the Mountains, without this show. I love Believe. I will always love Believe. It's my number one. It's a masterpiece. What more can I say? It's perfect. It's the biggest group Pride of the Mountains has ever had, with over 530 members. And yeah, you can feel that power from the moment they walk on the field. Believe is number one. Enough with me yammering. Yeah. But yeah. So with that said, that concludes my ranking of Pride of the Mountains shows from 2012 to 2025. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow YouTube divers. This is WaterDive122 signing out, ready to dive into more fun on YouTube. Thanks for watching.